Hey everybody, I have a cool thing to share with you today. It is the Korg Miku guitar effect pedal. Now I don't know who this Miku individual is because anime is illegal where I'm from, but this is one of the most interesting pedals that I've ever played. This makes your guitar sound like some kind of electronic cyber anime person. The design and construction of the pedal is pretty solid. It's about the size of like a bar of soap. It's not big, it feels very sturdy, it feels well built. There's no place for batteries. It just has a, you gotta plug right in, so which is nice. I like being at constant power all the time. I hate when batteries get low. It's a very unique pedal, and you're gonna hear why. Now, let's turn Miku on. This pedal has 11 different modes that the dial can choose from up here. The first one is random 2, and then random 1, and then scat, and then lu, and then la, ah, pa, neon, phrase 1, phrase 2, and phrase 3. The first setting we're going to hear is called Random 2, and as the name implies, it's just a random selection of the various sounds. So you could get scat, and then a pa, and then a neon, and then 2 ahs in a row, or 3 scats in a row. We don't know. We're going to find out. All right, let's go to the next option, random 1, and see if it sounds any different. The sustain on this is really cool. This one is just called scat, so it's not going to be a random selection. It's just this one particular sound that they have named scat. Yeah, I can hear it better when it's the one sound all the time, not a random combo. The random combo sounds kind of just like a weird mess of sounds. The next sound is actually my favorite sound on this. It's called Loo, L-O-O-H. The reason I like Loo is because it's the least weird, and you can actually kind of do some cool licks with this. It has really good sustains. Next sound on the list is la. Sometimes the notes don't always hit on this. It kind of has to do with how hard you play it. It's like, so if you do it really lightly, or if you do it harder, so it does respond to the dynamics of your playing. Of the sounds we've heard so far, I think that this one la is the closest to the way it actually sounds. Like that's la 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 la. The next sound is ah. The next one is called pa, P-A-H-H. Let's hear that. Didn't hit that note, it just came out of nowhere. The pa sound's got a bit of like a boink, boink. It's got like a snappiness to it. Compare that to one of the earlier sounds that I liked, like Loo, and it sounds totally different. The next sound is even more spanky than the last one. This is Nyan, or Nyan, or however the fuck, I don't know. I don't speak anime. No sustain on that one, as you can hear. Nyan, nyan. So it does, that one sounds a lot like the name it was given to, nyan nyan. I don't remember how it goes, but it sounds like that. The only problem with the nyan sound is that you can't just like bend a note and hear it. Just nyan. It's good for doing little quick spanky licks like. Let's hear how phrase 1 sounds. Mozart would be proud. Let's hear phrase 2. The next setting is phrase 3. I'm curious how the phrase modes differ than the random modes. So let's just try one of the phrase modes, which I'm on now. I'm going to play a little melody, then we'll play the same melody in random. All right, let's go all the way back to random. That was so weird. Random does sound more random. I guess that's the point, obviously. Phrase sounds more coherent, if you can call this thing coherent. Now I want to talk about some of the pros and cons I've found from playing around with this pedal. It doesn't do chords, or just 2 notes at once, very well, or at all, really. So, let's take a... Turn it on, and here's what it sounds like. I guess the computer in the pedal is just trying to figure out what of those chord notes you meant to play, so it just tries to do the strongest one that's giving it a signal, maybe? I don't know. All right, let's turn that on. Maybe they'll do an update someday where it can play all the chord notes at once. So you get like a little harmony of waifus singing at once. That would be kind of cool. I'll show you another quick example that's not with a full chord that I'm strumming, but just a little thing where I'm playing multiple notes at the same time. What a time to be alive. Let's hear how it handles some power chords. That was punk as hell. It's kind of interesting watching this thing try and figure out what to do with a bunch of random notes at the same time. Like, for example, if I just went... Let's see how that sounds on the pedal. So another aspect of this pedal that I would throw in the cons list, it doesn't work too well when you play too fast, when there's too many notes close together. If you're doing something that's, nice and legato, like... But if you try and play something faster, for example, like... just some little lick like that, and we turn it back on, and it sounds... It kind of worked, but didn't hit all those notes. Let me show you another example that highlights this speed thing even more. So you take a riff like... You have to play very deliberately, very intentionally. It can sometimes do faster notes, but you have to be very clear about how you articulate them with your fingers and the plucking of the pick or whatever. Sometimes this thing really does have a mind of its own. Watch, let's hit one note. Those were some of the cons, the negatives that I had about this thing. And I guess they're negatives, but it really depends on how you look at it. It's not like you would buy this pedal thinking that you're going to start doing great metal shredding or you're going to get the greatest like surf guitar tone from this thing. No, it's the Korg Miku pedal. Dick Dale would be proud. You're not going to be expecting to play super hard, heavy, fast stuff with this. You're getting it for the anime sounds that kind of make it sound like one of those automaton things, like those little notes with the talking head on the bottom. The fact that this pedal is so weird is what makes it cool, makes it unique. Honestly, this thing is so weird that I just kind of love it. And the unpredictability of it, the randomness of it, the hard to control aspects about it, that just adds to the strangeness for me and the appeal of it, honestly. All right, so can I recommend this? Yes, definitely if you're looking for a very unique guitar sound. This could be further manipulated with all the effects in your DAW or on your amp or something. So there's really a lot of potential for this thing. I'm just doing straight plugging right into the computer, which is all of what you're hearing throughout this. I would not recommend this pedal if you're looking for something where you can have a crazy effect while you're playing very fast or playing multiple notes at the same time, because it honestly can't handle more than one note at the same time. Definitely unique. And definitely cool if you can manage to get your hands on one of these things. Before we go, let's put this to a real test. Can it play Smoke on the Water? I'm not hitting anything. That is all for today. I will let Miku play us out.
Sakura,